Hello, and welcome to the new school year. In this video, I am going to go over the middle school math intervention course called Pathway to Core and give you details so you have a successful start to your year. In this video, I'm going to go over the purpose of the Pathway to Core course, website navigation, structure of the course, and resource overview. Purpose of the Pathway to Core course is that learners access grade-level essential standards through individualized learning alongside math intervention to address unfinished learning that will allow for meaningful access to core. This course is our second math intervention course in middle school. The first course, Math Structuring, some of your learners may have been in that class last school year. Things that will be covered in this course are multiplication and division strategies, the basic facts, fraction concepts, which surrounds measurement, and then the essential core content that they need so they can go back to core. There are three key components to the Pathway to Core course. The first is that learners are learning at their own pace, following the progression of learning for their grade level. Second, goal setting is essential to help learners to keep moving forward. Small goals help learners to know what they need to learn next so they can achieve the content of the course. Lastly, learners are allowed to exit Pathway to Core to the core courses once everything is ready. This can happen throughout the school year. In the next slide, you will learn where to find the information of how students enter and exit the course. The middle school math intervention website is essential for you to have a successful year teaching Pathway to Core. When you navigate to the website, on the home page is a description of the two math intervention classes for middle school, Math Structuring and Pathway to Core. On the left-hand side, you will see a section labeled Pathway to Core. This has all the resources you need for the course. Pathway to Core is broken up by grade level 6, 7, and 8. The classroom instructional framework and resources has what you need for students to accomplish multiplication and division, the basic facts, as well as fraction concepts when dealing with measurement. When you click on here, it will open up to a document where you will have links to the different I can charts or progressions of learning for each of the sections. You will be focusing just on the green. Below has the two areas where the course starts, the multiplication and division strategies and fractions. When you click on here, which is also located on the left-hand navigation part, it will have a breakdown of what students will be learning during this course. You'll have the I can charts that the learners need to learn. If you click on here, it will open to the I can chart, which has the I can statement and then breaks it down into the steps to accomplish the goal, as well as the resources that align to the I can chart that you can use. Ready, Set, Math, Bridges Intervention, the white book, the green book, red book, and so forth. Following this pathway or progression of learning will help your learners achieve what they need so they can exit the course. There's a second section of fractions, which is set up very similarly to the multiplication division. You have the I can chart, which there's only one for fractions, and then the resources align to each level of the fractions that they need to learn, or I can statements. So like I said, for Pathway to Core, there's a different section for 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. I am going to show you 6th grade. The 7th and 8th grade is set up very similarly. So in 6th grade, under here, you will find the scope and sequence. The scope and sequence document will lay out the different areas of the core content students need to learn. First, students must do the multiplication and division and fraction knowledge before they engage into the core content. We've broken up the core content into different stages. There are 4 stages that students need to accomplish to exit the course when they are a 6th grader. They are broken out into the domains of the standards which align to the core. These concepts were carefully picked by a team of educators that we deem are essential for students to be successful in the core. You have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4. Notice not every domain is covered in each stage. Also, you have the multiplication and division areas because this needs to be accomplished first before you engage in the core content. For each stage, there is a proficiency scale that outlines in detail how the progression of learning should look. This is the proficiency scale for stage 1. There are 2 major areas that need to be addressed: racial and proportional relationships and number system and operations. The way you use a proficiency scale is you need to teach the approaching. These skills are essential for you to be proficient, and then work your way up to be the proficient content. There's also vocabulary learners need to learn, as well as the core standards learners need to have. There is one set of proficiency scales for each of the statements. There is also a learning tracking document. Learning and tracking document is taking what was on the proficiency scale and making it more student-friendly with I can statements. Remember, goal setting is a key piece to Pathway to Core, and this can be used to help learners keep track of their learning. Below are the resources. The resource outline document takes each of the stages and what lessons align to those stages. Our resources come from multiple sources to help you be successful in the course. Other resources that are going to be essential for when teaching multiplication, division, and fractions, Ready, Set, Math is a key piece. The Bridges Educator site, if you use Bridges Intervention. For our special education students, here are some examples of goals that can be set for the students. Other pieces is that we have access to amplified decimals. I, myself, Nicole Seifried, will set you up an account where you can interact with those resources to help teach the core content, as well as access to what students are learning and using in the core called CPM. Like I said before, each grade has a similar setup. Other resources on this website that are key for your success this year, there's a tab of Dreambox for information of how learners can use and interact with Dreambox, as well as information for you to know how your students are doing. A lot of teachers will use Dreambox for the first 10 minutes of class daily. It is when learners do 5 or more lessons a week, they have great growth throughout the school year. Other resources that are on here, you have the I can statements. This, remember, is the classroom instructional framework where we're focusing on the green, as well as beginning the year resources that you can use in the first couple weeks of school. In addition, these 2 are spreadsheets to help you keep track of where your learners are at on their individual pathway. The last section I want to bring your attention to is how do students enter and exit Pathway to Core. In here are different ways students move throughout our middle school math intervention. So students who move from pathway to core, this is the process of how we start moving kids out of middle school math intervention. To use this process, please reach out to your academic intervention facilitator, and they will help guide you through how we move students out of pathway to core. The team is here to support you. Myself, Nicole Seifried, am a curriculum coordinator, and I oversee the middle school math intervention. Sarah Anderson, I work closely with as a SPED coordinator as we navigate together what is best for our kids with middle school intervention. In your building, you have an academic intervention facilitator. Cheney has Angela Cassidy, Liberty has Sheena Lindeman, and Heritage has Rachel Heinze. These ladies are a great resource for any questions you may have with Pathway to Core. Please do not hesitate to reach out to any of us of any support you need, and have a great school year.